Welcome to this channel. Today we are going to explore South Goa District, Goa State, the Emerald Coast. Before we go into the video, please subscribe this channel and press bell button to get notifications of upcoming videos. Now we go into the video. South Goa is captivating blend of pristine coastlines, lush dense canopies, and a deeply rooted cultural heritage. Known as the quieter, far more soulful counterpart to the bustling north, this district offers a serene refuge where time seems to slow down. From its vibrant agrarian roots to its growing prominence as a sustainable tourism hub, South Goa perfectly balances eco-preservation with modern economic development. Below is an exhaustive look into the structural, cultural, and practical dimensions of the district. Agriculture remains the traditional backbone of South Coast rural economy, heavily defined by the cultivation of paddy, rice as the primary staple crop. The district's fertile coastal plains and nested valley systems are ideal for farming, especially during the southwest monsoon. Beyond rice, South Goa is famous for its extensive horticultural plantations, which yield premium quality cashews, coconuts, areca nuts, and local varieties of mangoes like Man Kurat. The region also heavily relies on traditional Kazan lands. The ancient community managed socio-ecological system of structural dikes and sluice gates that protect low-lying agricultural fields from tidal saltwater influx, allowing for unique integrated farming of salt-tolerant rice varieties and brackish water aquaculture. The commercial pulse of South Goa beats through a mix of traditional marketplace, bargaining, and major maritime trade. Margoa, the district headquarters, serves as the primary commercial nexus, hosting massive traditional hubs like the dynamic Gandhi market and the bustling New Market, which distributes goods across the entire southern region. On a global scale, the district is anchored by the Marmagawa Port Authority (MPA) in Vasco da Gama. As one of India's premier natural harbors, this port facilitates the large-scale import and export of mineral ores, petroleum products, coal, and containerized cargo, linking the small coastal state directly to major international shipping routes and global supply chains. South Goa presents a diverse investment landscape that is steadily pivoting from heavy industrial manufacturing toward sustainable and green economic ventures. The district hosts several prominent industrial estates managed by the Goa Industrial Development Corporation (GIDC), such as those in Varna, Kakoda, and Matkoim. The Varna Industrial Estate, in particular, is a major hub for electronic manufacturing, fast-moving consumer goods (FMCG), and high-tech pharmaceutical giants. Concurrently, state policies are aggressively incentivizing private investments in ecotourism, high-end wellness retreats, boutique hospitality, and boutique organic agro-processing plants that leverage Goa's global brand identity. A defining legal characteristic of South Goa, alongside the rest of the state, is the governance under the Goa Civil Code, often referred to as the Portuguese Civil Code, making it the only territory in India with a uniform civil code applicable to all residents regardless of religion. This code dictates strict equal laws regarding marriage, divorce, and property inheritance. For travelers and businesses alike, the district strictly enforces the Goa Tourist Places Protection and Maintenance Act, which penalizes public nuisances such as open bottle drinking on beaches, littering, and unauthorized cooking in public spaces. Furthermore, stringent environmental regulations mandated by the Coastal Regulation Zone (CRZ) tightly monitor and restrict permanent construction close to the high tide line to protect the fragile marine ecosystem. The infrastructural framework of South Goa has undergone massive modernization to seamlessly handle both heavy industrial freight and tourist influxes. The district features excellent multi-modal connectivity, highlighted by the state-of-the-art Manohar International Airport (MOPA) in the north and the heavily utilized Debolim Airport located right with the South Goa. The railway infrastructure is robust, split between the scenic Konkan railway line and the southwestern railway line with Madgaon Junction, acting as the state's busiest rail terminal. On the road, the widening of National Highway 66 NH66 and the architectural marvel of the new Zuwari Bridge having drastically cut down travel times, facilitating smooth vehicular flow between north, south, and neighboring states. As an integral part of the Indian Republic, the official currency in circulation across South Goa is the Indian rupee (NIR). The financial landscape is highly digitized with even the smallest beach shops, local spice farms, and pilot motorcycle taxis readily accepting payments via the Unified Payments Interface UPI using QR codes. Automated teller machines ATM operated by nationalized and private banks are ubiquitous across urban centers like Margawa, Vasco, and Karchoram, as well as major tourist beaches like Kolva and Palolim. For international travelers, authorized currency exchange bureaus and international banking branches are concentrated around Dabolim Airport and major report clusters, making foreign exchange straightforward. Accommodation in South Goa spans a vast and highly adaptive spectrum, intentionally curated to cater to contrasting traveler profiles. The southern coastline, particularly Ground Varka, K.V.Ramanathan, and Utorda, is internationally renowned for its sprawling, ultra-luxury five-star beachfront resorts operated by global hospitality brands, offering private beach access and world-class golf courses. Conversely, beaches like Palolim, Patnam, and Aganda are famous for their seasonal eco-friendly wooden beach huts that are erected right on the sand after the monsoon. Additionally, the interior villages host an array of heritage Portuguese era homestays and boutique eco lodges that cater to slow travel enthusiasts seeking cultural immersion. Acquiring a local telecommunication connection in South Goa is a heavily regulated but relatively streamlined process for domestic and international visitors alike. Travelers can easily purchase a prepaid SIM card from primary service providers like Reliance Jio or Bharti Airtel at dedicated kiosks inside Dublin Airport or authorized retail shops in Margoa. To secure activation, Indian nationals must provide their Aadhaar card or another government issued ID, while tourists are legally required to submit their physical passport, a copy of a valid Indian visa or e-visa, and a passport-sized photograph. Activation generally takes anywhere from 2 to 24 hours, providing access to robust 4G and rapidly expanding 5G data networks across the district. The socio-cultural fabric of South Goa is a deeply harmonious blend of traditional Hindu and Catholic customs, requiring a respectful balance from visitors, while casual beach wear, swim wear, and shorts are entirely acceptable and standard on the beaches and within resort boundaries. Walking through local villages, markets, or residential streets in revealing attire is highly discouraged and viewed as disrespectful. When entering religious sanctuaries, whether historic churches like the Basilica of Bon Joseph just north or local temples like the Manguisi temple, both men and women must dress conservatively, ensuring their shoulders and knees are fully covered. Removing footwear before entering temples and traditional Goan homes is a non negotiable custom. The culinary identity of South Goa is an automatic celebration of Goan, Catholic, and Hindu culinary traditions, heavily reliant on fresh seafood, coconut milk, local rice, and intense fiery spices. Signature dishes include the iconic fish curry rice, human, the deeply spiced and tangy pork vindaloo, and sarpatal, a rich slow cooked meat delicacy traditionally served with sannas, steamed taddy fermented rice cakes. Dessert is anchored by bebinka, a decadent multi-layered baked pudding made of egg yolks, coconut milk, and nutmeg. The district is also famous for its local cashew feni, a potent GI tagged indigenous spirit distilled from the fermented juice of cashew apples, traditionally enjoyed fresh and rustic village taverns. Navigating South Goa requires tactical planning due to its vast geographical layout and the distinct absence of mainstream app-based aggregators like Uber or Ola. To counter this, visitors heavily rely on Goa Miles, a state-based taxi app, or opt to hire local tourist taxis where fares should ideally be negotiated beforehand or tracked via digital meters. For sole travelers or those on a budget, renting a self-driven scooter or motorcycle is exceptionally popular and affordable, provided you possess a valid driving license and wear a helmet. Additionally, South Goa features the unique pilot system motorcycle taxis that safely ferry single passengers across villages for a nominal fee. Do's and don'ts. To ensure a seamless and culturally respectful journey through South Goa, keeping a strict checklist of local norms is highly beneficial. Do actively support the local economy by dining at family run beach shops, buying local produce, and respecting the quiet afternoon southgoa laid back lifestyles culture by planning errands outside of 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Do always carry a steady amount of cash when traveling into remote jungle interiors or wildlife sanctuaries where digital networks falter. Don't never litter on the beaches or attempt to take glass bottles onto the shoreline, as this violates strict state environmental laws. Do not swim in the ocean during the monsoon season, June to September, or ignore the red warning flags placed by lifeguards or undercurrents are notoriously dangerous. For international globe trotters, planning a visit to South Goa, a valid passport with at least 6 months of remaining validity from the date of arrival is mandatory. Most foreign nationals must secure an Indian visa prior to travel. The Indian government's e-tourist visa (e-visa) facility is highly efficient and covers citizens from over 160 countries, allowing seamless entry via Dublin Airport. Domestic Indian travelers require no special permits to enter the state, though carrying a valid government issued photo ID like an Aadhaar card, driving license, or voter ID is essential for airport security clearance, hotel check ins, and vehicle rentals. Crafting an ideal itinerary for South Goa requires balancing its coastal allure with its rich inland biodiversity. The quintessential time to visit is during the winter dry season spanning from November to February, when the weather is pleasantly cool and all beach shocks are fully operational. A comprehensive trip should ideally span 4 to 5 days, splitting focus equitably between the historic heritage architecture of Chandur and Margaon, the golden sand beaches of Palolem and Penolim, and the rugged natural ecosystem of the Western Ghats foothills. This structural approach ensures travelers experience the full depth of the district without feeling rushed. A well rounded, action packed 4 day agenda through South Goa can be structured as follows. Day 1, Coastal Relaxation. Arrive via Dublin Airport, check into a coastal resort in Kavalosim or Varka, and spend a relaxing evening watching the sunset at Golwa Beach, followed by a seafood dinner at a beach shack. Day 2, History and Heritage. Dedicate the morning to exploring the Latin Quarter vibes of Margot and visiting the grand historic houses of Chandur like the Braganza House. Spend the afternoon shopping for spices at a local plantation in Ponda. Day 3, Nature and Wildlife. Set out early in the morning to trek toward the majestic Dudhsagar waterfalls located within the Bhagavan Mahavir Wildlife Sanctuary, followed by a quiet evening enjoying the calm waters of Aganda Beach. Calm waters of Aganda Beach. Day 4, Unwinding in the south. Head to the crescent-shaped Palolem Beach for early morning kayaking. Take a short boat ride to Monkey Island and conclude the trip with a sunset dinner over the cliffs of Kabodi Rama Fort. South Goa is statistically recognized as one of the safest travel destination for both domestic families and solo female travelers within India, characterized by low violent crime rates and a welcoming local community. The beaches are actively patrolled during daytime and evening hours by Dristi lifeguards who monitor tides and execute water rescues. Despite the high safety margin, travelers should exercise standard situational awareness. Avoid walking alone on completely deserted, unlit stretches of beach late at night. Secure your valuables in hotel safes and exercise immense caution when driving scooters along winding, unlit village roads. Emergency services can be contacted instantly by dialing 112. South Goa maintains dynamic geopolitical and economic interdependencies across local and international borders. It shares a symbiotic relationship with North Goa, exchanging workforce talent, agricultural yield, and administrative resources daily. On a domestic level, the district acts as a vital trade gateway for neighboring landlocked states. The Southwestern Railway Line directly links Marmargawa port to the industrial belts or Karnataka and Maharashtra, exchanging raw materials like iron ore and coal for manufactured goods and fresh produce. Internationally, South Goa retains deep-rooted historical and cultural connections with Portugal, which directly influences its architecture, legal system, and continuous bilateral tourism exchange. South Goa is home to several unique geographical and cultural destinations that set it apart from mainstream tourist narratives. The district houses the Dudhsagar waterfall, one of the India's 8 as water plunges down the steep face of the Western Ghats, looking literally like a sea of milk. Furthermore, the K.V.Ramanathan fort, perched dramatically on a cliff edge, carries profound mythological significance, as local folklore dictates that Lord Rama, along with Sita, sought refuge here during their 14-year exile. The district also proudly maintains a high literacy rate of over 85%, reflecting its advanced socio-economic development. Ultimately, South Goa stands as a shining restaurant to how a region can gracefully navigate the demands of modern tourism while preserving its pristine natural environment and deep cultural soul. It offers a stark, beautiful contrast to the hyper-commercialized rhythms found elsewhere, urging travelers to slow down and embrace the authentic philosophy of Susighat. Whether you are an investor looking at its booming eco-hospitality sectors, a history buff exploring its multi-centurial heritage homes, or a weary traveler resting on the sands of Palolem, South Goa leaves an indelible mark of peace, warmth, and timeless tropical elegance. Thank you for seeing this video. Please subscribe this channel and press bell button to get notifications of upcoming videos. Thank you.